Hi everyone, this is SimpleChat. I am Juliet. I'm the Chief Growth Officer here at Simplending Financial. Today I have two new of our employees. We have Katrina Ward, who is our Marketing Officer, and we also have Miss Elle Spencer, our Loan Officer Assistant. So I want to ask you ladies a couple of questions for today, and then we'll kind of just ping pong back and forth. Okay, so my first question to both of you will be what initially sparked your interest in this career path and what made private lending and simple lending financial specifically stand out as the right fit for you? Katrina.
Okay, so what sparked my interest in joining Simplending Financial is that it's an all woman owned business, and I'm really big on women empowerment. So that's what drew me closer to this company in general. And then, as far as like the marketing role, I've always been the type of person to like want to put like my creative spark into things. So I feel that over time, I just kind of like realized what my interests were and kind of like getting to know myself more. So I was really drawn to marketing because I'm able to express like that creative expression as well as, showing awareness to a brand.
I love that. What about you, Miss Elle?
Well, I've always been interested in finance. I started in mortgage in the beginning just to learn more about how I can incorporate sales and finance. And then once I got into it, I learned that, wow, I really love educating people on how their finances can gain them, wealth.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that stood out to me was the mission aside from the woman-owned company and everything. The mission is for empowering people for growth and success, and I thought that's exactly what I'm about. So
yeah, I love that.
And
it's
I love
not
it so
just
far.
even like externally. We want that like internally as well. We want you, both of you, to feel like, empowered, successful, that you can grow here. So I love that. And that actually leads into my second question. Simple Lending has its own unique culture and mission. What part of the company's vision resonates most with you, and how does it align with your personal values or goals?
Okay, so what aligned with me was being able to be authentic. I felt that authenticity is really important when it comes to just a brand itself because people can relate more to you when you're authentic and you draw the right clientele whenever you show your authentic self.
Yes.
So I feel that resonated with me very well. And then another thing is also it's in the name too, simple. When you make everything simple, it just makes everything simple.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I really like that too, and it's just straight to the point. So that's what drawn me.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
I just love the color pink. I'm just
We have a Barbie box coming out soon.
I really, really love the theme of empowerment all around, right? From the moment you enter the doors, it's, we're like a small knit family and everything. We're asking, how was your weekend? We're asking, what are your goals? And then also holding each other accountable to hitting those goals.
Yes.
So the vision and the culture pretty much, like I said, is aligned with my vision for my career, and then also my core values. So it's been fun so far for sure.
Like a little bit of everything. Brownie points all around. Okay, next question is, where do you see your role evolving within the company over the next couple of years, and what impact do you hope to make as the business grows?
So for my answer would be I see myself becoming more of the strategic leadership role. Overall, I just want to make Simplending Financial out there more and being able to attract the right clientele, as well as, just standing on the core values of what Simplending Financial is and, just overall what we stand for.
Yes, take over Houston.
Yes.
Absolutely.
What about you?
I definitely want to take over Houston as well, but I want to be more so a community outreach person who's seen more as a community educator. I know a lot of people don't even know the basics, about investing, how to get started and stuff like that.
Let alone private lending.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They think that they just, go into a bank and, give them all of your, birth certificates and everything. And then that is, how you are able to get into this game. But it's really more simple.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to spread that in the community for those who don't know.
Next question is, looking ahead to the end of the year, what are some professional goals you're working toward, and how do you plan to measure your success?
Okay, so I just want to elevate in all aspects of my life, not just, professional, but also my personal life as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what I plan to do is just educate myself more, whether it's, through reading books or, just doing research in general. I plan to track of, my progress by doing like weekly check-ins, kind of like what we do.
Yeah.
Making sure that I'm setting realistic goals and things like that.
Yeah, I love that. And iron sharpens iron. So I feel like we're
Yes.
very good at that here. Just kind of coming together as a team and just kind of bouncing off one another. So I love that. What about you, Elle?
Ask a question again.
Yeah. Looking ahead to the end of the year, what are some professional goals you're working toward, and how do you plan to measure your success?
Professional goals that I'm working towards. I am currently writing an ebook.
Oh, stay tuned.
It's going to be titled From Real Estate to Riches.
Ooh.
And it's basically teaching people how to build that generational wealth in their family and keep it in their family, keep it going. So that's, aside from, being the community educator, I also want to educate people in my family and just work on myself, being that go-to, being, who I need to be so that people consider me as their go-to person.
I love that. I can't wait to read it. Okay, so last question. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, if you had to describe your journey with Simple Lending so far as a story or a metaphor, what would it be and why?
I would say mine is probably like planting a garden. Yeah, I think
plants here too.
yes, literally. So I think planting a garden to me means like right now I'm just kind of, building a foundation, and then hopefully, or in a few months I should say, I will see that all the hard work that I'm putting in will soon be shown.
Yeah, no, I love that, because that's exactly what it is. You don't see it like physically on top, and everything you're doing is like the roots are growing, all of that. So it's like it's hard to measure,
right?
Like if it's even working, but then all of a sudden you're just like in bloom, and now you have, a whole garden. So, Elle, if you had to describe your journey with Simple Lending so far as a story or metaphor, what would it be and why?
I think I would compare it to having my Barbie dreams come true when I was a kid. You laugh, but when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Barbie, not just because, yes, she had all the dream cars, she had the dream home. I'm willing to bet that was a ground up construction.
Oh, so they used Simple Lending for that, by the way.
She had multiple jobs. She was just a very professional person, and she had a heart of servitude too.
I love that. I've never heard anyone talk about like Barbie in that way, so that's really cool, because she does. That girl's employed. Yeah, I'll give her that.
She's pretty, but she's educated and she's got a business mind, and that's it feels like I'm living what I envisioned myself being as a child. I feel like we're all living that Barbie dream.
No, literally, and we got the pink to show it as well too. So definitely stepping into that reality.
Loves the pink.
Well, thank you so much, ladies, for taking time out of your day. I'm super excited to have you guys a part of the journey, a part of the team, and I can't wait to see what this year has in store for us. And just here's to taking over Houston.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
What if it didn't record?